This conference will now be recorded.
In today's session, we're going to discuss about abstraction. It's one of the OOPS concept in Python. Not only in Python, if you take any languages, abstraction will come under the OOPS, object-oriented programming language. Okay. Now, abstraction nothing but hiding the internal functionality of the function. Going to hide the implementation details and only showing only function to the user. I'm saying to you, going to show only functionality to the user, going to hide the implementation details from the user. I'm going to give an example for you. You are driving your car. If someone comes near to your car, you will apply a brake. You know how the brake, how the internal function of brake, you don't know. Just to know how to apply a brake. Okay, that's what abstraction is. You know the implementation details. Sorry, you know how to apply brake, but you don't know how internal function of brake is in the car, as well as you know how to accelerate, but you don't know how the internal functionality of acceleration. Okay, that is nothing but abstraction. For example, if you are sending an SMS to somebody, some any third person, you know you can open on UI, you can type some text and then you click the send button. But internal what functionality, what kind of protocol, what kind of medium to transfer the message, you don't know. But you don't know, you know how to send him SMS. That is nothing but abstraction. As a user, they will try to hide the internal functionality of function. Internal functionality means you don't know what protocol you want to send the messages and then what medium you want to send the message. You don't know the internal functionality, but you know how to send SMS. Okay, that is nothing but yeah, abstraction. If you want to ask abstraction, you have to say abstraction nothing but hiding the implementation details and showing only functionality to the user. Showing only functionality. You know how to send SMS, that's a functionality. But what network it's transferred, message transfer, what protocol they're using, you don't know the internal functionality. Okay, that is nothing but abstraction. These are the various examples of abstraction. You can say camera. You will take a pic for the camera. You know the function. You have how to take a photo. You know the function. But internal functionality, they're hiding from you. That is an abstraction example. And voice recorder. You know how to record a voice, but internal functionality don't know how the voice recorded, how many sampling rate it took to record your voice. You don't know internal functionality. And call dialing, you know how to dial a call to somebody, but internally how the call is happened. Okay, don't know the internal functionality. That is nothing but hiding the functionality, adding the internal functionality to the user, showing hiding the internal functionality of the function and showing only functionality to the user. Okay, these are the various examples. You can say accelerate a car by, and then you can apply a brake, and then you go voice recorder, call dialing, camera. Okay, there are various functions. The abstraction class is involved. Sorry, abstract methods is involved. And then before going to abstraction, I want to see what is concrete methods, what is abstract methods. If the method is not having any body, then we can say the method is abstract method. Now I'm going to write one function. Now it's going to empty function. As no logic is involved. Okay, this kind of method is called, what method it is? Abstract method.
Abstract method.
Abstract method. Now I'm going to write one more method. Def function to return some values 20. I read some implementation. If someone calls this method, it's going to return 20. This method is called concrete method. If any implementation involved, we can say this method is called concrete method. If there is no implementation, we can say the method is called abstract method. Now, what are going to, these are things you have to keep in mind. One is abstract method, another one is concrete method. Okay, and then you know about abstraction. If you didn't ask about abstraction, you're going to say going to hide the internal functionality from the user and going to show only functionality to the user. Going to hide the internal functionality and going to show only functionality to the user. This is called abstraction. And then I said various examples. TV remote. You know how to see. You know how to increase the volume, but you don't know after pressing a key how the volume is increased. That's what they mentioned here. When using a TV remote, increase the volume, but we don't know how pressing key increase the volume of the TV. Okay, as a call dialing, voice recorder, camera, these are the various which is abstraction you can say. Now, why abstraction is important? We're going to see. Abstraction is going to hide the irrelevant data or class in order to reduce the complexity. That's the main important point of abstraction. See, there are various other methods will be there. For example, I want to hide from the user. Okay, for example, okay, you are pressing a key in the remote. Okay, you are pressing a key in the remote, but as a user, you know how to press. But if you keep all the functionality, all the complex functionality to the user, you'll get confused. For pressing a one button, you want to apply some circuit, and then the infrared light has to pass. If you say all the things to the user, he will get confused. That's why they're hiding the irrelevant data. Whether the user wants to know all these things, how the infrared light beam is passed to the TV, and then how the volume is increased, whether you want to know all the things, you want to hide the irrelevant, hide the irrelevant, that's the irrelevant data. Like after pressing the button, how the IR is passed, infrared is passed, and then how the light is, how the TV's volume is increased. These are irrelevant things you want to hide from the user. That's what abstraction important concept is: hide the irrelevant data classes in order to reduce the complexity. For user, don't show all the things. If you open some browser, see if you use Google, it is very easy to use. It's very easy to use. You know how to search and then you know how to use. But if you take some Bing also is very easy. But if you take Microsoft, it's very difficult. The application is a little bit somewhat complex. When compared to Google, Microsoft Bing somewhat a little bit complex. That's why everyone preferring the Google. It's very simple and the UI is very simple. Even a layman can able to do all the stuffs. Even uneducated people's can able to work on this Google. But if you take some other things, complex things like Bing or some things, it's very difficult to work on things because the UI is a little bit complex when compared to Google. Okay, that's why hide the relevant details as well as class in order to reduce the complexity. As well as if you hide the relevant details and complexity, it's going to improve your application efficiency. Sorry. And then if you are keeping the UI simple, any user can able to use because you are hiding all the internal functionality. If you open Control Shift I, you can see this many tags, like this many tags. These are responses from the HTTP server. If you show all these things to the user, no one uses Google. That's why they're hiding the implementation details to reduce the complexity. And then it's going to increase your application efficiency. You can say if you take Google, you can say UI your users can able to use, as well as the applications who are using the Google users will be increased. Okay, this is how abstraction. Now I'm going to see I'm going to show what is abstraction class in Python. Okay, abstraction can be achieved by using two things. One is abstract class, another interface. Okay, next topic we're going to see about the interfaces. As of now, we're going to see the abstract class. Abstraction can be achieved by using abstract class interface. How the abstraction can be achieved? We are trying to hide the internal functionality that things can be implemented in one of the classes, class or interface you can able to implement. Whichever method you're hiding, right? I'm hiding these things, right? I'm hiding the logic. In function one, hiding the logic. This logic can be written in the class or interfaces. Some other classes or interfaces. Okay, that's what I'm saying here. And then one more rule you have to keep in mind for abstract classes. For abstract classes, you cannot able to create an object. This is the first rule actually. You cannot able to, you can't able to create an object. For a normal class, you can able to get an object. For abstract class, you cannot able to get an object. You might have question, what is abstract class? Which class is called abstract? If some class, if another class, I'm making class name here, class A. In this class, I have abstract method. Okay, then this class called what class it is? What class it is? If the class having abstract method, the class is called
Abstract class.
abstract class. The abstract class can have abstract method as well as concrete method. Concrete method means some logic will be there. What logic? Some logic. Okay. If some a greater than 2, some logic will be there. Okay, return of 30, something logic will be there. It's called concrete method. For abstract class, can you look at the object? For abstract class, can you look at the object? I'm asking a question to you. For an abstract class, can you look at the object?
Yes.
No. For abstract class, you can't able to create a object. For normal class, you can get able to get object. For abstract class, no need to create a object. You can't do the instantiation. Instantiation is nothing but object creation. You can't do the instantiation. Nothing but object creation. You can't create any object for abstract class. For normal class, you can able to create. Okay, and then I'm going to show about ABC module. This module, I think, hope you have used in a project. ABC means abstract class module. Okay, this module I'm going to use. I'm going to show syntax from ABC. ABC means abstract class module. I'm going to import the one class called ABC class, abstract class. Don't get confused. Module is small ABC means module. Okay, and then I'm going to import one class called ABC abstract class. ABC stands for abstract class. Okay, and then second rule I'm going to see. This is the first rule actually. Rule 1. Next, rule 2. Abstract class can be in abstract class can be inherited. Can be inherited in the child class. The child class. Rule 2. Okay, first rule is for abstract class you can't able to create any object. Rule 2. Abstract class can be inherited in the child class. You can able to inherit all the properties from parent class to child class. What are the properties parent class have? We can able to use in the child class. That is a rule 2. So the things you have to keep in mind. And then third thing is you have to keep in mind is you can use ABC module, and then you can import the ABC, capital ABC stands for abstract class. Okay. In order to differentiate the abstract method. Okay. And then rule 3. If you want to define the method as abstract method, you can use decorator. You can use a decorator. The decorator name is abstract method decorator. If we know all these 3 rules, we are good to go. Rule 1, for abstract class you can't able to create an object. Rule 2, abstract class can be inherited child class because we want to implement the internal functionality some other classes. And then rule 3, you can define the method abstract method. You can use decorator. The decorator name is at abstract method decorator. You can use. If you use at the Py syntax at the rate of abstract method, you can say the method is abstract method. Now, These are the things you have to keep in mind for abstract method. This comes under the oops. Okay, the main important thing for abstract method is going to reduce the complexity. I'm not going to show any internal function to the user. I'm going to hide the implementation details from the user. Okay, I'm going to show only function to the user, not the implementation details. Now I'm going to have one I'm going to create a py file. I'm going to close all these stuffs. Oops, I'm going to create, what's the concept name?
Abstract based. Abstract class.
Abstraction. Abstraction, though, the you can create, or you can do one thing. Oh my, I made a mistake here. I want to create a directory. Okay, now what you can do, you can create one directory under oops new directory. You can create abstraction. Okay, in the directory you can create a py file abstraction 01. Okay, examples py file 01. Now I'm going to have one example, red example. I'm going to find some radius. Okay, I'm going to find some radius, area of circle. I'm going to find all these stuffs by using abstract class. Whichever method you are defined as abstract method, then we can say the class called abstract class. Okay, then we can say that method is called abstract class. Okay, what example we can take? Class name. We can mention some class name. What name we can keep for class name? Going to find a radius, circle. Okay, let it be. I'll do one thing. I can going to keep from module name is what name? Module name ABC. ABC means abstract class module, and then I'm going to import
Import ABC.
ABC. ABC, comma, and then I'm going to have some decorator, right? The decorator name is abstract method. Import that thing as well. Now I'm going to have the class name shape. Class name is shape. Now you want to apply the rule 2. What is the rule 2? Abstract class can be made in the okay, in the child class.
Child class.
Child class, sorry, in the child class. Okay. Now shape is the child class. Who is the parent? Shape is the child class. Who is the parent?
ABC.
ABC. Copy, just paste it over here. That we are trying to do the inheritance relationship, going to inherit the property from the parent class called ABC. Now the child is going to shape. Okay, and then I'm going to have one abstract method using decorator. I'm going to use the decorator. What decorator you have to use? At the rate of py syntax. At the rate of abstract method you have to use. For that, I'm going to have one method. I'm going to calculate the area. I'm going to want to use self, for instance. I'm going to have pass. What is the meaning of pass? What's the meaning of pass? Pass means nothing. Okay, you're
No
not
need
going
to
to do
give
any.
any function.
No need to provide any implementation. This area method is having any implementation? No, the area method is not having any implementation. Okay, but what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to hide the implementation details to the user. If any user sees a shape, they know how to use the area, but internal functionality will be implemented in another classes. I'm trying to hide the implementation details from the user. Okay, now I want to make this method as abstract method. How to use? I want to use the method abstract method. You have to use py syntax
Abstract.
abstract method. Okay, now this method is called abstract method. You might have question, if I remove the decorator, what kind of method it is? It's a congruent method or abstract method? It is an abstract method. because you are not doing any implementation. If you are using some return or something, then we can say it's a concrete method. Concrete method will have some implementation. Okay, but there are two ways to achieve the abstract method. You can use pass or you can use by syntax abstract method. Okay, fine. Now I'm hiding the implementation details from the user. The user should know how to use the area, but he don't know the internal details. Okay, and then I'm going to have everything in the same class. Okay, not to reduce complexity. Otherwise, you can create different pi files and then create different class names and different pi files. Okay, but for not to reduce the complexity, I'm keeping like this. And I'm saying to you, you can get one more pi file and then you can create another class called rectangle. Okay, but what I'm trying to do here is for understanding, I'm keeping this all the class in the same pi file itself. Now I'm going to inherit the properties from the shape class. Okay, because I want to provide the implementation details in the rectangle class, because I'm going to show this class to only users. I'm going to show only this class to the users. Going to show shape class to the users. Okay, fine. Now in the rectangle, I want to provide some implementation. First, you already know you have to provide some constructor. In the constructor for rectangle, I want to calculate the area. What will do? Width and height, right? Arguments you have to provide width and height. And then you want to assign a variable width. Then you have to provide the height and do some initialization in the constructor. Now we're going to implement this method. Which method? In the shape method, I hidden the hiding implementation detail, right? The same method I'm going to use. I'm going to provide the
Area.
entire. Yeah, I'm going to provide the implementation in the rectangle class. Okay, and then you want to use self, and then now I'm going to, you know the formula, right? Width into height will be your calculate of area. I'm going to use return self dot width into self dot height. Self dot width into self dot height. Okay. Now, yeah. Now I'm going to create one more class for circle. Now, I want to provide the implementation details. Okay, for circle. Okay. Now, what I have to do? I want to inherit from the
Shape class. ABC.
shape class, and then again I'm going to have a constructor for circle. What parameter will do? Radius only, right? Radius. Sorry, spelling mistakes. Radius. And then I'm going to assign one variable in the constructor equal to equal to. You have to make the argument as radius. Now I'm going to calculate the area for the circle. What is formula for circle? Area formula
Pi r square.
pi r square. Even everyone knows pi r square. Pi value is 3.14 into r. What's r value? Self dot
Radius.
radius. You want to make it square, right? You want to use power, the power of 2 r square, right? Now reformat the file. Okay. Now look at the example more than enough. Okay. There are so many things, perimeter, so many things is there. Which class are going to show to the user? Which
Only the
class?
area.
See, which class I'm asking. I'm not asking method name. Which
Shape
class?
class.
Shape class only. I'm going to show the user. Okay. If you are driving a car, you know how to apply a brake. Just to you have to press the brake, the car is going to stop. Okay, but internally, how you are applying external force to a drum means your disk drum. These are things are implemented in some other classes. Okay, because if you show all the things to the user, the driver get fear. Oh, you want to handle this much stuff, you get fear. Okay, that's what they are made it simple to auto reduce the complexity. Okay, now what I'm trying to do, can you say, can you able to create a class for abstract class? Sorry, can you able to create an object for abstract class? We can't able to create a object for abstract class, but you can do the inheritance. Okay, but you
From the
can't able to
child
create a
class.
object for the, yeah, but you can't able to create object for the abstract class. The shape class is abstract class, because in this class we have one abstract method, then we can say the class abstract class. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have one instance. Okay, though it's area, right? Okay, now I'm going to make it AR equal to, now which class is going to create an object? I want to pass a values within height, right? For which class I can able to create an object? For abstract class I can't able to create object. This is a rectangle class, not abstract class, because in the rectangle class we have here congruent methods. What method it is? Congruent method. Congruent method. Okay, fine. Now for this class you can able to create an object. I want to pass a value. I want to pass a value. What will I going to pass? Say some values are going to pass some 10, 5. Now what I'm going to do? I'm going to call AR dot area. Right? AR dot area. Okay. What happens if you call AR dot area method? Okay, it will go on search in the class whether area method is there or not. If the area method is there, it's going because though it's forming the inheritance relationship, the control is transferred automatically to shape area method. This area method is going to, this area method implementation is provided in the rectangle class. It's kind of overriding. It's kind of overriding. What happens when now, even though it's getting an object for the rectangle class, and then going to call the area method, what happens? It go on search whether the area method present or not. The control automatically transferred to this, transferred to the abstract method, and then this entire implementation is provided in this rectangle class. This concept is similar to the overriding. Now this method, this things will be implemented, but the entire control is transferred from abstract method to rectangle area method, because due to the inheritance relationship. You have to keep in mind. But none of the documents say all these things. But the control transfer to the abstract method area, and then the method is what are the information provided, right? It's overridden here. Overridden means method name should be same, argument should be same, runtime should be same, implementation is different. That is called overriding. Okay. Now, if you call this method, what will happen? I want to print some values, right? I want this print statement. Yeah, dot area is going to print 10 to 5, 50. Now, if you want to calculate your radius, what you have to do? R equal to, for
Circle.
circle class, you have to create the object. Then constructor, you have to pass any value. Constructor, you have to pass any value. I'm
Yeah.
asking, do it. Yeah,
Yes.
you pass some values.
Radius.
5. You can pass some values, or you can type like this as well. Radius equal to 5. You can pass like this as well. Okay, no need to pass directly. Just pass key in values. Radius equal to 5, and then you can use print. Okay, print and then r dot area, and then it's going to give like 3.414 into and then radius you pass is 5, right? 3.14 into 5 5 and then to the power of
25
2,
into 24.
25, 78.5, not 25, 78.5. Okay, first what you have to make, you have to make 5 square 25, 25 into 3.14 will get 78.5. This is how you can able to achieve the abstraction, but I'm going to show only demo above for this class only. I'm hiding all the implementation details. What is happening background, no one knows. Okay, now I'm going to show one more example. Going to make the class as abstraction 02. Abstraction 02. This time I'm going to take the vehicle. So this, what class name you can keep? Okay, we can keep car. Okay, before that, I want to import the module, and then I will need some decorator, right? ABC method, and then I'm going to create a car. For car, I want to init the relationship from which module?
ABC.
Abstract, yeah, ABC abstract class module. Okay, so that's an abstract class, not a module actually. It's going to be a function. Okay, AB is nothing but a module. You can see it is nothing module. This is nothing but a class. I'm trying to innate the properties to my child class car, and then going to have one method. What method you can keep? Okay, start engine, and then going to use self instance. I'm going to use a pass. So I'm going to hide the implement details. Then I'm going to use a decorator, abstract method. I'm going to have one more abstract method, top engine. Okay, and then just give pass, and then use one more decorator, abstract method, and then I'm going to use accelerate and brake. Accelerate and then brake. Sorry, brake. I forgot to add the decorator. See, if you are not using decorator, it will treat it as abstract method because we are using pass, right? Fine. This is the class I'm going to show to the user. I'm hiding all the implement details. What is happening in the backend? I'm hiding all the implement details and showing only functionality to the user. For understanding, I can write here showing only functionality to the user. Now, what I'm going to do? Going to have one more class. Though it's a car. Nowadays, it's very trending like EV car, right? Electric car, right? Electric car. Nowadays, hybrid cars also came. Okay, once you are in the traffic, automatically EV mode. Electrical from the battery will take the charges and then it will run the car. Once you cross more than 40 km per hour, for 40 km per hour, it's again switch back to from EV to fuel, petrol or diesel. Okay. Now these cars are very popular. Hybrid cars are very popular. Like 2 years back, they introduced this hybrid cars in the market. Even the 10 lakhs rupees car also, even the 10 lakhs cost car also is having the hybrid mode. Okay, it's giving the mileage as 37.5 kilometers. Nowadays, hybrid cars is giving 37.5 kilometers. The mileage previously mileage was 18 kilometers per hour for per liter. Now it is increased to 37.5 kilometers because it's working in the both modes. That's why the hybrid modes. There are various hybrid modes are available in each car. So like if you take Maruti Suzuki, okay, on some other cars like Toyota, they are using this hybrid modes. Like Honda City, it's working in hybrid modes now. If you are in traffic, it will work in the EV mode. Yeah, electric. It will work like electric car. And then if you are cross more than 40 kilometer per hour, you are switch back to from EV to fuel. Can if you petrol or diesel. Okay, for the same logic, we're going to use one more class, electric car. And then if you are using some MG, okay, MG, the two versions are available. One is fully electric car, another one is fuel type. The same thing, I'm going to have one class of cars. In that, we have two types of cars. One is electric car, another one is fuel type. Okay. Now I want to inherit the properties from which class. For electric car, I want to inherit the properties from my parent class. Now in the bracket, which class am I have to define? In electric car, I want to inherit the properties from my which class? I want to inherit the properties from
R
my
class.
abstract class. Okay. Because I'm going to implement this methods in my electric car class. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to have one constructor in it, and then I'm going to set some battery level. So it's a EV car, right? Electric car vehicle. EV means electrical vehicle. Equal to 100. I'm setting the default value is 100. For creating object, no need to pass any value. For creating any object, no need to pass any value because I given the default value is 100. If battery level is 100,
Okay.
what we, yeah, if battery level is 100, I'm going to assign a variable like self dot battery level. Nowadays, hybrid cars are very popular for the Indian market. Battery level. Okay, now initialize constructor. Now I'm going to have the implementation by which method start engine, stop engine, accelerate and brake. Okay. Now I'm going to implement this method start engine. I'm going to print the value. That's it. Okay. The engine starts silently. The engine. So it's a EV car, right? Engine starts silently. There won't be any noise. So it's an electric vehicle. It's a car. It won't produce any noise. Won't produce any engine noise. And then I'm going to implement the stop engine, right? Stop engine. And then the engine also going to stop silently. You can't hear that engine noises. Engine stops silently. Okay, I provided the two implementations. Remaining two methods are there: accelerate and brake. For this, I'm going to implement something. Now we're going to use accelerate, and then first I'm taking the battery level. Battery level. If battery level is greater than 0, so yeah, I want to do one thing. I want to check the if condition actually. Okay, I want to check the if condition. If my battery level is greater than 0, I'm going to have the print statement. The car accelerates silently because electric vehicle, right? Accelerates silently. Okay, and then what happens? The car is accelerating silently, and then what happens? Once you start consuming from the battery, your battery tends to drain, right? Your battery will tends to drain. For that, you have to write some logic. Self dot battery level. I'm going to make -10. Once you start consuming, what will happen? Your car acts silently. What will happen? Where battery will tends to drain. I am putting -10. Minus equal to 10 means going to it 10 units I can say. Okay, out of 100 percentage, you're going to reduce 10 percentage after the after start accelerating. Now I'm going to have one more else condition. You can use else if you have multiple conditions. You can use else, or if you have default conditions, you can use else. In print, what you can give? Battery level is greater than 0, the car will accelerate silently. If battery level is 0, what will happen? The battery is
Down.
dead. Please, please, please recharge. Because we want to show all these things to the user, then only user will recharge the battery. Okay, okay, def accelerate. Now, last thing is three methods we implemented. Last thing is break, right? Break. No need of implementation. Okay, I can say like yeah, break. What we can do? Okay, I, I will make something like the car breaks. Car or breaks or breaks silently. Okay, something silently. Okay, these are the implementations I am providing in the electric car. Okay, but which class are going to show to the user? Which class and which method is going to show the user? Going to show only
Only
the
the car
abstract
class.
class, and then I'll show only this methods to the user. Okay, functionality to the user. Functionality to the user. The user will know how to apply the how to start the engine, how to stop the engine, how to accelerate the car, and then how to accelerate the brake. These
To
are things
apply
he
brake.
knows, but implementation will not be aware. Okay. Now I'm going to have one more class called gasoline. Okay. The fuel type, the car is going to work on EV mode. Yeah, it's electric vehicle. From the battery is going to take, and then another is gasoline. Okay, from gas it's going to work as, and then I'm going to keep it gasoline. Okay, gasoline, and then now which class I want to inherit?
ABC. Abstract class.
No, from abstract class we inherited to the car class. I'm using all the properties of the abstract classes. Now in this class we have some abstract method. This method I want to implement in some other classes. I want to inherit the
Car class.
car class in the gasoline. And same thing I'm going to do. Okay, if I'm going to have a constructor, what parameter I can pass? I can pass some fuel level. Fuel level equal to 20. Okay, keep something 20 liters. Keep something like 20 liters. And then fuel level variable name I'm introducing the constructor. I'm going to have the arguments, the default arguments, fuel level, and then I'm going to have the start engine, um, print statement. Okay, I'm going to give the same message. The engine, though it's a fuel level, right? It can be any kind of fuel. Okay, it can be gas, or can be some petrol or diesel. Okay, some kind of fuel. Um, okay, the engine starts with a roar. Roar means it will make some noise, extreme noise. The engine starts with a roar. And then what are three methods we have to implement? Stop engine, accelerate, and then brakes. Now we can implement all these stuffs. Def stop engine instance. Okay, and then print the engine stops. Okay, engine stops with the accelerated. What we can do, we can use some words like some noise, stop noise. Okay, like a couch. You can use couch. Couch means nothing but this little bit sound. Okay, while stopping engine, it will make some noise, little bit noise. Now, I'm going to have one more methods like accelerate. Define accelerate. In the accelerate, I'm going to check the fuel level. Self dot fuel level. If fuel level is greater than 0, I'm going to print the car accelerates, roar, going to make a huge noise. And then I'm going to reduce the fuel level, right? Because I'm consuming the fuel. I'm going to make it as minus equal to somewhat a 10. Minus equal to make the fuel level as 10. And then I'm going to write some default condition. If there is no fuel, what will it do? Out of gas, please refuel. Go to nearby bunk to refuel. Okay. Now we calculate the accelerator method. What's in last method we have? Brake.
Break.
And then applying some brake. Okay, we can use some message like yeah, the car brakes with some screech sound. Okay, suddenly you're traveling like 100 km per hour in your car. Suddenly you started applying brakes immediately. Immediately you'll get some screech sound. Screech. Okay, let it be. Reformat the file. Yeah, I completed all the stuffs. Now you going to say for which class I want to create an object. Can you able to create a object for abstract class?
No.
No.
No, we
Which
can't.
class you want to create? First you take the electric vehicle. Okay. After that you go for the gasoline car. Okay. Now for electric car you have to create your object. I'm making e-car. E-car means electric car equal to I'm going to make electric car. Electric car constructor, whether you have to pass any value. Electric car constructor, whether you have to pass any value.
No need.
No need, because you give the default value. If you are not providing any default value, you definitely have to pass the value in the constructor. Okay, no need of passing the value in the constructor. Just reformat the file, and then you can ecar nothing but instance dot start engine, and then ecar dot stop engine. Going to start the engine and stop the engine, and then I'm going to accelerate the brake. We'll do one thing. We can keep here. After starting the car, I'm going to E underscore right, E underscore dot accelerate, and then I'm going to apply my brake. Okay. No need of any print statement because we have used print statement in the method itself. Just run the script. Now you can get the message like the engine starts silently, the car accelerates silently, the car brakes silently, and then the car stops silently. Now what I going to do? I just going to remove this default value. Definitely, what you have to pass? You have to pass the value constructor. Now the battery zero. With battery zero, if I'm trying to accelerate, what will happen? What message I will get? The battery is dead. Please
Please recharge.
recharge. If I give 10, the car accelerates silently. Okay, this is how you can do. Next, what I'm going to do? I'm going to apply for the gasoline car. Okay, it can be a gas, it can be petrol, or it can be diesel, anything. Okay, I'm going to create an object for gasoline car. Gasoline. Okay, it's a I can put gasoline, right? Gasoline. Okay, we'll do one thing. I will change the name as gasoline car. Okay, for gasoline car, I want to pass any argument for constructor. No need to pass any argument for constructor.
No need.
Though no need fuel level is 20, and then you can apply same thing. G car dot start engine dot stop engine, and then you can accelerate, accelerate. That is accelerate, and then G car dot brake. Okay. Now if you run the script, okay, it's going to print the message. Okay, the engine starts the roar, and then car accelerates the roar, and then car brakes with the screech, and then engine starts the cough. Okay, this is nothing but yeah abstraction. Okay, you can write your implementation details over here in the method. What are the but you can able to hide the implementation from the user. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to sign off the session right now. Before that, tomorrow session, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take on bank application, how you can able to credit an amount, and then withdraw the amount, and then how to deposit. Okay, these are things you're going to see using the abstract classes, using abstract methods as well as on the interface by using abstract classes. In the abstract class, we're going to have some abstract methods, and they're going to have the deposit, withdraw, balance check. Okay, these are the abstract that we're going to have, and they're going to implement some other method, classes, and then I'm going to show what is an interface tomorrow. Okay, right now, we're going to sign up the session.